Hello to everyone of our Varsity College families. I hope that you are doing as well as can be expected in these uncertain times. And welcome to my update for Wednesday in the desire to keep all of our families very well informed around where we are at as a college in dealing with the ever-changing landscape that is COVID-19. So today, a couple of things that we are going to talk about, and there has already been information that has been sent to you via an email. The first piece of information you will have received is just our general daily update in the form of a letter talking to you about things I'm also going to address today in terms of the things that have changed overnight. But also, most importantly, a response to the questions that have come from parents and families around the continuation of learning for our students. And you've received two bulletins, one for Prep to 6 and one for students in Year 7 to 12, because both contain different information relevant to those students in those year levels. So you will now have that information in your emails. I am, however, going to go through a few things that are contained in those emails and just make sure that everyone understands. I think I've been getting a lot of positive feedback about the video updates in terms of they're very easy to access, that people can listen to them on their phones, they can listen to them in their cars and just get all the information. So as you would be aware, the Prime Minister has now announced that the number of gatherings in terms of indoor spaces has shifted to 100 plus people. Can I tell you that right from the start of this week, Varsity scrutinised our calendars and really made basically an all or nothing decision around bigger groups not meeting. You would all know that we are a large school. Both our campuses, primary and secondary, are big, and our year level cohorts are big, and that is why we decided from the start of the week that we would not go ahead with any year level or whole year level gatherings, because we just have quite a big number. You can hear in the background from our mower going across that school life is still going on here. So we've made that decision, as I said, from the start of the week, and it is about making sure that we keep our students as much in their classes as possible and not put them into any non-essential larger groupings. So we've already been practicing that at Varsity College. There's also been, and I would like to make clear, the information that the Prime Minister has put out about overseas travel, and he has certainly urged people, he's put an indefinite ban on no overseas travel, and I would really encourage all our families of Varsity to really think about the need for overseas travel. I do appreciate that people have family overseas and may be incredibly worried about them, but again, it's your family decision, and there are obviously restrictions in place in terms of your time leaving and returning to Australia. Some cancellations that are going to be big cancellations for us though in our school world, and number one is our Anzac ceremony. We love our Anzac ceremony here, and in fact, having done them in a number of schools, it is a beautiful ceremony, both on the primary and the secondary campus. So we are absolutely devastated that we have to cancel it, but we totally agree with and understand why and have done so. So those Anzac ceremonies will be cancelled. The other big piece of information that came through yesterday afternoon after school had finished was the cancellation of representative school sport. So for us, that is sport at a South Coast level, that is sport at a Queensland level, and that is sport at an Australian level. So any state championships or national championships that are school sport related have now been cancelled. So we are also sending a letter out to our families with that information. So I would ask that you read all of the information that's coming out to you today. In terms of the continuity of learning, there are some different approaches that we've taken on the P6 and the 7 to 12 campus. So I ask that you read the information bulletin that has been provided to you. We have had people emailing, but most importantly, what's happening now in terms of teaching and learning is that I'm going to ask parents, particularly students in Year 7 to 12, to now communicate with your teachers. Any stuff that comes through to me is about that whole college COVID-19 related information. But all information around teaching and learning now is going to be handled by your teachers and by your teaching leadership teams. So please keep communicating with those people. For students in secondary, you are all going to receive an email, regardless of whether you are at school or not, in the next 24 hours, providing you with the relevant learning material for the next 2 weeks. Because things change so quickly, we aren't looking at term 2 at the moment. We are mainly just focusing on term 1. And a lot of people have been asking about exams at the end of this term. Again, things are changing daily, and we're not wanting to make a decision on something that is 10 days away. I'm sure you can understand that. So we're being very calm and we're being very measured in our decision-making processes. And that leads me to the final thing today. This is a really uncertain time. I have parents that are up north, and I'm certainly looking to possibly get up there in our holidays so that I can check on them and make sure that they're okay. I have sisters that also live in Brisbane and in up north as well, and I want to make sure that my family is okay. So I understand that people might be nervous, anxious, even a little bit panicky. What I'm asking is that our families remain calm, and when you are communicating with our school staff, please do so in a calm manner. We understand the intense uncertainty and the anxiety, but I am asking you to be calm when you're talking with those office staff. They are there to help you and do their very best to answer your questions. And I do know that people have said an email is not the preferred method of communication, but as you can imagine, in a school of over 3,500 students with approximately 2,000 families, it is impossible for me to take phone calls from everybody. And with email, I can systematically and methodically work my way through them, and that's what I have really been endeavouring to do. So please make sure that you email me at myprincipal.email, and I will respond and make sure that we provide you with as timely information as possible. I look forward to talking with you all tomorrow in our update for Thursday. Thank you everybody, take care and look after each other.